Macera. 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 Macera.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Game Library, where we give a voice to the voiceless games. My name is Martin, and as ever, I would just like to start the stream off with a single question. Today's question of the day is, how frequently do you like to replay your favorite games? How many times per year do you play it some people play their favorite game per month. I saw Jerkops answering the question of the day, and that was basically their answer. Jerkops was saying that it depends on the length of the game. Usually I don't revisit games, especially those with a heavy story. Most games I revisit are games like Factorio, Oxygen Not Included, and U-Boat, due to the sim nature they all have. Okay. Myst is one of your favorite games. You advocate for it vociferously. You love the Myst series. Do I take that to mean you don't get as much joy from playing the Myst franchise? Like replaying it? And it's more, I guess, after having experienced Myst, you get joy from advocating for a good game rather than playing the good game over and over and over and over and over again. Oh yeah, love Myst. I don't revisit it often since I played them all to death. I see. So you literally just open up the game to just sit there and be like, yeah, that's the good stuff. Yeah, that's kind of been me with Morrowind lately. I have started a new playthrough. I'm playing an Orc Warrior right now, but I'm not getting as much time to game these days. Work has been like, I'm working 9-hour days basically, and it's been pretty rough, so I haven't been able to do that. But even if I just open up Morrowind and I'm just like, that's enough. That is enough. Muffin, welcome in. I see. By the way, sorry if I'm not calling you out immediately. Jerkops, Necro, Muffin, Gibby, Font Crimes, Dragon. I saw Banana, yes. Jerkops. Everybody, welcome in, and it's so great to have you. Hi, Books, long day, so you're gonna lurk for a bit. Hope you're having a good one. I am very tired today. Like, I have not been quite this tired in quite some time, but I'm waking up at 4 in the morning every day. Basically what we're doing is we're working 9-hour days from Monday all the way to Thursday. Not this week though, because we got Monday off as a holiday. And then on Friday we take a half day. But we still go into work. It's just a half day instead of a full day. And that is because the client is very picky and they don't like loud noises like hammer drilling and stuff like that at all during the workday, essentially. So what we do is we do all our hammer drilling, our coring, everything like that during the very early morning before anyone shows up to the office. and then that will facilitate the rest of our work for the day. So, for example, in plumbing, especially in commercial settings, you often have overhead pipes. It's not really piping underground until you, of course, get to a parkade. So, for the most part, I'm working overhead. So, what we do is I come in, I hammer drill, and then I put what we call shields. They're essentially concrete anchors. It's essentially a steel plug with a little metal wedge in it. You've got what's called a pin set. You throw the shield into the concrete, hit it with a hammer, and then it fastens. And then you've got threaded rod. You thread the rod in, put the hanger on, put the pipe through the hanger, and you're off to the races. So my morning is basically the first hour and a half of the day. I'm just drilling. And then I can put my shields in at my leisure, put my threaded rod in, and my hangers and my racks at my leisure, and that gets me through the day. But it is definitely, especially the hammer drilling, like it's very hard on the hands because the drill, well, vibrates quite ferociously. Rafi, welcome in. Question of the day answer: one of the top 3 at least once a year. Can always kick it like the ancient times, and you use a hand drill. No, I will stick to my power tools. Thank you very much. I don't need to be more tired than I am. And getting through concrete with a hand drill would be impossible. That'd be absolutely insane. I get more joy from watching the eyes light up of those who are new to the...
Things look promising.
So that's what I was going to ask,
here.
because when I was playing Myst, it seemed like... Malthus, welcome... can't speak. Malthus, welcome in. Nimloth, welcome in. It's great to have you. Yeah, I got the sense when we were playing Myst that was the case. And frankly speaking, a lot of the people coming into the chat when we were doing the Myst playthrough, that was the vibe I got, which is, I've played this game to death. I know all the solutions to the puzzles. I've seen all the Easter eggs. Now I just want to watch Myst streams, and I want to help out newcomers to the series get into the series as much as I'm into the series. And if that was the case, I will say that you were successful. Myst really made an impact on me. Now, it is not one of my favorite games of all time, but it really showed me how much of a joy a puzzle game can be, especially when I solve the puzzles. You know, there were a few puzzles there where I got most of the puzzle by myself, and it's difficult to describe the absolute flood of dopamine when you solve a really, really hard puzzle by yourself. No hints, nothing like that. That felt so good. Very few puzzles were solved like that. I had a lot of help. But when I did, it was like, oh, amazing. And now I'm looking forward to playing subsequent Myst games. I'm looking forward to playing Riven. There are some other puzzle games. I actually played one as a kid, which was a Titanic game. I forget what it was called. I think it's Titanic Adventures Out of Time or so. I mentioned it during the Myst stream. Very good puzzle game as well. I was going through my 360 collection, and I noticed, what was it? It was, Luna was just streaming it. It was Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. It was, I have it for the Xbox 360, and that game I played with my dad. L.A. Noire, another good mystery game. Not a puzzle game, but another good mystery game. Really, really enjoyed that as well. Gonna lurk for a bit, enjoy The Witcher. I will Font Crimes, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for dropping the lurk. It is much appreciated. I hope your day is well. Banana asks, so, what can you say about The Witcher 1? What's your experience thus far? I've never been massively into the Witcher series. Not because it's bad, but because I always had something else to play. And I never saw The Witcher and was like, I have to have that. It was never just this amazingly compelling spectacle for me. So there was always just something else taking precedence. Always something else taking precedence. And then finally, of course, chat advocated for The Witcher 1, got me into the series, and I am kicking myself for not... I've beaten The Witcher 2. I had The Witcher 2 for the 360. I beat that game, enjoyed my time with it, but I didn't enjoy my time with it to the point that when The Witcher 3 came out, and I didn't have a PC that could... Well, I didn't even have a PC at the time, so The Witcher 1 didn't really cross my desk either. But when The Witcher 3 came out, it was more of a case of I just didn't have something to play it when it first came out. I didn't have a PC that could run it. I didn't have a Gen 8. I think it was Gen 8. I didn't have a Gen 8 or later a Gen 9 console. By the time I got a PC, it was kind of out of memory. So it just passed me by. It just passed me by. I played the 360 offering for the series, and that was it. But now that I do have a device that can play it, I've got my PC that can run The Witcher 3. I'm thinking about playing The Witcher 2 on original hardware, but at the same time, I do like the idea of being able to carry my save through. So I might end up playing it on PC for that reason. Neil, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. For that reason, I'm thinking about playing it on PC, playing the enhanced edition on PC. But I'm glad that chat advocated and the community advocated so vociferously for this game. Dragon in particular really advocated hard within the Discord and the chat to get The Witcher 1 voted for when we did the community vote that made it the game we were playing after we beat Daggerfall. And I'm super happy. It is not a perfect game. Eurojank is real, but it's charming in ways that I never thought that The Witcher 1 would be as... Looking at it, I was just like, oh, you know, it looks good, but, you know, you have to be in the moving world for the true ambience to grab you. You have to be playing the game, engaging with the combat, engaging with the dialogue, hearing the music. Like, my god, the music in this game just, so good. The atmosphere is fantastic. This is why I advocate for people to play games themselves, because I watched YouTube videos of The Witcher 1, and none of the boons of this game really come through when you're just passively watching the cutscenes and stuff like that. You're like, it looks cool, it looks like a good game, but you're not like, oh my god, like, oh, yes. But when you're playing it, it's just, the ambience just grips you, and it is incredible. It is so good. Avalon, welcome in. Book says YouTube is cheating. It disabled the notification for your channel, and that's why I'm missing most of it. Oh, I'm so sorry. We do, Sapphire Bot in the Discord announces every stream. So if you get Discord notifications, you can subscribe, like, you can ask for a notification specifically for the go live in the information section. That will notify you of every YouTube video that comes out, as well as every stream. Twitch should also send you a notification, I think only if you're on mobile. And then, of course, you know, YouTube will send some notifications as well. Maybe throw up a poll for whichever poll. I think I will. I think I will, because I need to know whether or not people would value the vibe and the feel of the original hardware being captured and everything like that, but I think carrying the story through might also be of it. Like, there's cases for both. There's cases for both. Neo, thank you so much for leaving a tab up. Go for your walk. I hope that you feel better soon. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back in chat here. My window is too small. I need to come up with a way to deal with this. 11 years. Oh man. It's crazy that it's been that long. It's truly crazy that it's been that long. Nimloth says, L.A. Noire was fun. I wish we had more games like that. Speaking of, they had that whole face motion tech, and it's gone. Never seen again. Millions of dollars invested in one-time tech showcase. What happened there, Nimloth? I'm curious, because if that was just like negligence on the part of the studio, I might make a video on that. Oh, by the way, guys, this is the last page of this notebook. I've been using this notebook since, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I've got notes from the Mist stream. Actually, this might take us back, because we were talking about the Mist streams. So I didn't always keep the dates, but I've got the earliest stream where I wrote the date was August 4th. I've got our notes from the 36 Lessons of Vivek. Let's see. Because it was during the summer. Ah, yes, here we are. Here we are. So, there's a puzzle in Myst that you can... it's a sound puzzle, essentially. And there's tones that go off to lead you in the correct direction. I did not know that. I was brute forcing that shit. I went to each node respectively, and I just brute forced that until somebody came into the chat and was like, hey, not to be a dick, but what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the puzzle. And they're like, no, you're not. And Necro was just like watching me suffer. He was just steepled hands, just yes, yes, suffer as I have suffered. No idea. I guess after Bondi gone under, Rockstar didn't want to buy that tech. Nobody really did. The studio is gone and the tech is gone. Maybe it was too expensive to use, but I can't believe nobody thought of getting that and making it more robust and affordable. That is actually insane. That is genuinely bonkers that anyone... Like, that was some of it, to this day, by the way, in my opinion, that is some of the best mocap that we have seen in gaming. And such a cool mechanic with the puzzles, like, genuinely. It is an absolutely fascinating mechanic of the game, that you can just look at someone's facial expressions after they have said a thing, and you basically have to say, okay, they're telling the truth, you doubt they're telling the truth, or you catch them in a lie. That was one of the coolest mechanics of any mystery game ever made. And yeah, that's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. My dad and I had such a good time playing the L.A. Noire games. Also, before I actually get up from the desk, just got done watching your latest video on YouTube. Thank you, Neil. I wasn't going to say too much on that, but yes, I can honestly say this is the first long-form video that I've made that I am genuinely proud of. Like, I had been trying, and here's the thing, guys, like, you don't get good at videos until you've made a lot of videos. You don't get good at editing until you've edited a lot. So it's no wonder that my first several videos were just kind of But I got really good at editing from just doing so many shorts, like just doing all sorts of short form content. I got very good at editing, and then I started good friends like Audibel PT. They really helped with storyboarding, script writing, and that sort of thing. So I took all that knowledge that I've been just kind of culminating, and I finally did the thing, and really just having to force myself to do it, honestly, because as a creator, you kind of get into this loop of just getting in your own head, doubting your capabilities, and just constantly coming up with excuses not to post. And that was the hardest part of this video, is just, especially on my short form content, like, so many people have made fun of my voice and the way that I speak. It's something I've been self-conscious about since I was a teenager, honestly. And that honestly made me second guess whether or not I wanted to be in the public eye in that way. Like, streaming and building a community, you are in the public eye, but with Twitch's discoverability and everything, if you want to kind of have your community kind of slip under the radar, you definitely can do that. You definitely can do that if you want. Wheel, welcome in on the YouTube side. So good to have you. But when you get outside of Twitch and you're on Instagram and TikTok, especially TikTok, my God, those comments, and YouTube, the comments, we are chatting right now. Everybody in chat, for the most part, is incredibly polite, incredibly well-meaning, is a part of the community, and is here to have a good time. That isn't really the case when someone is watching your content on other platforms. Everybody's a critic, but it is especially true on those platforms. Honestly, it gets really mean. So that was a struggle for me. I am glad that I posted. I'm glad that I got over it, and I'm reading a lot. It's the one thing that I was really good at this in university, and that is just stacking knowledge, just reading and reading and reading and learning things. And this is a comprehensive study by the Video Game History Foundation. It's a museum in the United States, and they had an independent study done on the survey of the video game reissue market in the United States to talk about games preservation. So what I did, because I don't like reading things off a screen, is I printed the whole paper, and I've been reading this. I've been acquiring new knowledge, and I've been reading a lot of stuff about games preservation, the current state of things, and all that. So I feel way more informed than I used to. Not that I'm never going to get it wrong again, but I feel a lot more informed than I used to be. It doesn't help when YouTube recommends stuff like, 1 view is enough on your account, used for up. Oh, yeah, personally, yeah. And there is the creator quote-unquote economy is a very real thing. There are creators that have kind of made their entire career off of posting kind of YouTuber help videos that, and I cannot emphasize this enough, most of them don't actually help. They're just kind of you know, I'm a small creator that doesn't get views, so I'm going to make a video about being a small creator that doesn't get views. And that's going to be my video that finally gets more than 2,000 views. So now I'm going to double down on that, and I'm going to keep making that content. And that stuff isn't helpful, right? And you are what you consume on a daily basis. And if all you're consuming is content like that, you're never going to do anything. Like, it got to the point where, like, I just need to... I need to just sit down, do what makes me unique as a person, and make videos. At the end of the day, everything is iteration. So there are creators that do games preservation content. There are people having conversations like the ones that I have, but nobody's going to have that conversation in the way that I have it. That is where what I do is unique. So you need to stop trying to play tricks on the internet. You know, the algorithm is going to algorithm. It just is. So you need to do what makes you happy, because if you're view hunting, eventually you will get those views. If you're really working hard at it, eventually you will get those views. But you will find the attaining very, very hollow. Because you've spent so long just chasing and so little time doing what you're passionate about that when you finally get the thing, TL, you madman!
You really think, okay,
thank you for the 5 gifted, my friend. Massively appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. Is it called a treasure train now? What is going on? Twitch, what have you done? Weird. Conan, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. I think I'll finally put my earbuds in, because a lot of people have been checking in.
This is the tale you seek.
Bruh, you have no idea. Okay, yeah. Well, and that's kind of my point, though. The algorithm's gonna algorithm, Twitch is gonna Twitch, YouTube's gonna YouTube, Instagram's going to Instagram. You need to stop trying to just beat that, and you need to just...
This is the tale you seek.
Do what makes you passionate. I sometimes break in that account by watching stuff I usually... Well, and here's the thing, you can train your algorithm really easily. Like, if you're tired of the content you're watching, just... And this is a great trick, you know, if you're tired of negativity porn on the internet and everything like that, just go to your search feed, type in what you want to see, just, I don't know, type in sunshine and unicorn farts, and the algorithm is going to start feeding you that. The algorithm feeds you what you watch. Yes, it will try new stuff on you here and there, but by and large, algorithms are meant to keep you on the platform.
This is the tale you seek.
TL! My god! Man! My god! Alright, I'm just going to mute... I'm just going to mute the alert. Oh, wait. Okay, can I... Okay, I can hear it, but you guys can't. Okay, I think we're good. I can't not use the treasure train. It is appreciated, my friend. It is appreciated. Insta, YouTube, TikTok change their algorithm at least every 6 months. Well, and here's... Yeah, like, you can't cater to that. Just do what you like. Just do what you like. Conan's answer to the question of the day. I usually return to a game I really enjoyed at least twice after a couple of years. To see it in a different light, or to relive the nostalgia I enjoyed. A good example, as I'm experiencing the Metal Gear Solid trilogy, I'm excited to experience Metal Gear Solid 4, my intro to the series, on the PS3, port on the PC, for a new perspective, with the knowledge from experiencing the games before it. Necro! Much love, guys. Thank you so much for the gifties. Massively, massively appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Most don't help. 9 out of 10 are just copy and paste. Yeah, exactly. Ah, yes, the superior form of reading, physical pages. I mean, honestly, yes. Well, and here's the thing, like, yes, I can read on a screen and everything, but when I'm flipping through physical pages, I can get a highlighter out. I can scribble notes and observations on the, like, this is just printer paper, guys, so I can write on this. I don't care. It's not like a book, right? But I can actually interact with the pages in a way that, like, yeah, I can put the mouse over the pages, I can use like a highlight, I can do a Word document, whatever, but I don't know, I prefer physical pages. I prefer actually reading something in my hands, a tactile experience. Necro is a little darling, he is. Is a proven fact that writing something helps you remember better through touch and, well, there's different types of learning, right? So there's kinesthetic learning, which is the learning of touch and sight. There's auditory learning, which is just the hearing of the thing. So if I'm just listening to an audiobook, I'm stimulating one sense. And I think this is a good rule of thumb for you guys. When you're trying to learn something, you need to engage as many of your senses as you can. As many of your senses as you can. That's why in the field learning for most disciplines is going to be more effective. I'm going to learn more about environmental science by going out into a lake and collecting samples and then taking those samples to a lab and actually running them through labs than I am just simply opening a book and reading it. History is an interesting discipline because this is what really made me super passionate about preservation and made me realize, Eris, welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. This is what made me really passionate about preservation just as a thing. First of all, just learning how much knowledge gets lost on a daily basis is absolutely insane. It's crazy how much history we do not have, even recent history. Crazy. But I read about ancient history. I read about ancient civilizations. But when you go and you touch an artifact, when you go and you flip through the pages of a book, when you smell the old paper, when you feel the leather and the papyrus or whatever you're interacting with, it really makes you appreciate things. It really puts things into a different perspective. And of course, repetition. So there's the library, welcome in. Rocket Man, welcome in. Yes, anybody who received gifted subs, please make sure to give a thank you to our gracious friends, Necro and TL, for the gifties in chat. Thank you, my friends. So, repeating what you have learned is also very important. Once you have learned the thing, once you have interacted with the media, once you have done whatever, talk to someone about it. Because that is going to cement your knowledge into deep memory. Because every time you draw upon your short-term memory, you increase the likelihood that it will be committed to long-term memory. So if you're wanting to remember math, you shouldn't only be doing math equations and be repeating math equations. You should find someone and teach them what you've learned. You should be teaching people the math that you've learned. Thank you for, and this is super weird to say, thank you for the level 4 treasure train. It is massively appreciated, friends. Being able to teach something you've been taught is a great way to memorize and cement your... Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is kind of a cool cheat code for me, because especially when I'm learning about games preservation, I learn it and then I stream and I talk to you guys about it. It's an absolute cheat code for me. And then after I've talked to you guys about it and we've had chats, I get ideas during the stream, and then I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I'll make a YouTube video on that. And on the cycle goes. I have 28 pages. I just went, because this is the end of the notebook. This is the end of the line for this old notebook. I've been going through the pages and I've been writing down a lot of the ideas from conversations that we have had over the year. And they're finally going to start getting turned into videos. Because I've been slowly, I've been playing lots of games, collecting lots of B-roll. So now I'm in a position where I can just start filming. I can just start making videos. Can you see my handwriting style? Of course. So this was, I don't know. This is actually fairly. Let me find. Okay, this is prettier handwriting from me. So this is my handwriting. I normally write down the question of the day and the date and everything like that. I'm an all caps writer. No, it's not a weird thing. I don't think that's a weird thing. I've been told that my handwriting is very fastidious. Here are some notes from a recent video that I was making. My numbers and everything. I like physically writing. I very much love physically writing. Not bad, not chicken scratches. All caps is a sign of a serial killer. Necro's like, he saw me. He looked at me right through the screen. There's absolutely something satisfying about putting, yeah, 100%. I love writing. The letters I write is like therapy. Here's the thing. And let me know if you think I'm insane. I should not have said that. But there's a catharsis to writing down your thoughts. And this is actually documented. This is very well documented by the psychiatric community. There is a kind of catharsis that happens because there are certain thoughts that just will not come out of your head until you have put pen to paper. When you sit down to write, that is when your brain will start kind of manifesting a lot of the thoughts that you had just in the back of your mind that you just haven't thought to speak of. Because a lot of the time, especially when you have like repressed stuff going on, you do not want to speak that. There's actually like a mental block that you have that it's like, I can't say it. Because saying it makes it real in a way that I don't want. I refuse. Writing it does not have that block. So there's permission that you get psychologically when you put pen to paper. And this isn't just for like trauma dumping or anything like that. This is just genuinely ideas. It's just rudimentary knowledge that you have in your head. If you go sit down and you're like, I want to write down everything I know about human history today, and you go to write that down, there's less of a mental block to doing that rather than necessarily talking about it. Super off topic, but how long did it take for you to achieve your room's look? How long have you been collecting all that awesome memorabilia? So, actually, maybe I will show you guys what the stream room used to look like. I'll do that in a sec. So, I'm in the trades. I know my way around a power tool. I know lots of carpentry. I've been an electrician, I've been a plumber, I've done lots of stuff in my life. So a project like this, the drywall and the wall panels went up in a day. These were all purchased by chat, by the stream, by the graciousness of the community. Now, you guys just cheering in chat, giving bits and everything. I am very fastidious with the funds for the stream. It all goes towards the stream, basically. That's my rule. Until such a time as content creation can support my life, essentially. Because the goal is always to do this full time. Like, I would like to work towards game preservation and making content for that as my raison d'etre. I want to do this full time if I can. But until that time, I'm very fastidious with the money, and every now and again I will permit myself to buy something with the stream's money. So, for example, you guys will be like, hey, we want you to play this game, and it's for the PS2. We want you to play it on original hardware. It's like, okay, cool. I've saved up a little bit of stream money, and now I can go onto eBay, I can buy a copy of that game. Done. No worries, no stress. This was actually personal money. I got this for myself. This is the Bower Lake Tomb Seal. All of this collection. Emmy, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. All of this collection was probably built in a year. I received this from Alan, one of the original devs of Siege of Avalon, back in 2000 with Digital Tome. Once he discovered the stream, he sent this over to me. This was a personal purchase. It's the Bower Lake Tomb Seal from Fable 2. Fable, one of my favorite franchises. Fable 1 in particular, one of my favorite games. This is an original map of Vardenfell from a purchased copy of the Game of the Year edition of The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. This is a design from my merch store. I had some art made by Designs. Fantastic artist, by the way, if you need any work. Dizzy will get you sorted. He's amazing. So, you can purchase this print. You can actually purchase this print. So, I decided to get that for myself. You know, put my money where my mouth is, as it were. Because I think it's actually a very funny design. This was, stream money. I always wanted a map of Tamriel, like a full map of Tamriel. I got this off of Etsy. There's a very, very good print of Tamriel on Etsy. I did not forget the books, so this was another one. This was actually a gift from Mrs. Books. So these are special prints of some of my favorite books. This is my favorite book ever made. Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is a unique print, gold leaf on the sides and everything. Bookmark inside the pages. Got some art within the book as well. Just like an old school kind of print. I've got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I have the picture of Dorian Gray, and I have the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I really like that old kind of Victorian Gothic horror. It's something I really, really like. This one is a polystone statue of Sigmire of Katarina. This was prompted by Jet Black Sheep, who is one of the community mods. We got to talking about our favorite characters in Souls games, and Sigmire is amazing. I love Sigmire, the Onion Knight. He's one of my favorite characters. I just find him so neat as a character. Knight Solaire is cool. Big Hat Logan is another nice one, but Sigmire of Katarina, Dark Souls 1 is my favorite in the franchise, so he holds my books in place. This is, you guys don't get to see inside this anymore because this is my journal. But I got myself a nice old fold-out kind of journal with some embossing and everything. This I bought for I like being surrounded by beautiful things. I think that we live in a world where a lot of the stuff we can purchase doesn't mean anything. It's designed to be disposable. So I like buying things that are meant to stand the test of time. I like to, especially things that are made by human beings. So this was made by a person. Someone made this. The paper inside, it's kind of a manufactured paper, which was not my favorite. But eventually I would like to get something similar to this. After I filled this journal, I would like to get something similar to this with some kind of rough cut paper without lines or anything like that. It's just something very rudimentary. I would very much enjoy that. Sigmire back on guard. This was Mrs. Books and I, our first anime together, our favorite show together, Inuyasha. I know it's not everybody's favorite anime, but it was one of the first shows that Mrs. Books and I watched together in its entirety during our relationship. So I actually got this for her, and I wanted this to be in her office, and she was like, you know what? I would really like you to have this in your stream background. So it ended up here. It ended up in the stream background. I have a Millennium Falcon right here. I'm a massive Star Wars nerd. Absolutely massive Star Wars nerd. But not Disney Star Wars. But that's an aside. So I've got my Millennium Falcon back here. I've got my favorite Pokemon, Snorlax. Got a little figurine right here. Chillin' beside me. I've got a little Kirby. Kirby is probably one of my favorite Nintendo characters. Well, actually, I'm gonna look this up because I'm not sure if Kirby is Nintendo. I know Nintendo distributes Kirby, but I've got my little Kirby back here. I've got like a Santa Kirby that I bring out every Christmas. I wanted something that I could just have year round. My favorite starter in the entire Pokemon franchise, got my little Bulbasaur back there as well. And I've got 3D prints of every mainline Elder Scrolls cover. This is plastic. I got these custom printed for me by a local game store that knows a guy. And now I've got representation of my love of the Elder Scrolls as well. Love Star Wars excludes Disney. Man, Mrs. Books is lucky to have gotten you, although Rogue One is... Rogue One, my problem with Rogue One is that it ignores it ignores one of my favorite stories from the expanded universe, which is the story of Kyle Katarn. If Rogue One exists, that means Kyle did not collect the Death Star plans in Dark Forces. Also, all those Bothan spies, hello. Kyle Katarn stole the plans. Yes. That is my canon. Kyle Katarn stole the Death Star plans. He is the badass. He is the badass, damn it. I need more people in my life to geek out over Star Wars. Oh, you got one right here, Rocket Man. You got one right here. Though Rogue One has the coolest scene. Okay. There was one single scene in that movie that I think is just certifiable gold. And that was one of the only scenes that we got in Star Wars, cinematic Star Wars, that showed the brutality of Darth Vader. You know, you had kind of a magisterial and thoughtful Vader in... Even to this day, we continue to ask, who is Snoke? I don't care who Snoke is. Snoke could be Luke Skywalker himself. I don't care. He was a garbage character from a garbage story. That is, if you enjoy those movies, like, more power to you. I love your face. You have a fantastic life, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I actually get, like, physically upset watching those movies. I cannot do it. Vader needs to exude this sense of unbeatableness. I think that hallway scene gives exactly. And I think that is why that scene is venerated. I think that's why that scene is certified gold. I think that I've been watching, so some of the stuff, I do watch some new Star Wars, and it's almost always made by either Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni. I've been watching Maul Shadow Lord, and what I find interesting about Maul Shadow Lord is that's basically the sequel trilogy that George Lucas planned. It's more or less that, but they had to tailor it to fit within the lame-ass Disney canon. Another show that I have enjoyed, here's the thing with Disney Star Wars, especially, like, not the sequel trilogy. There's kernels of good in it. You could tell they tried to do something neat, and then they were told not to do it from upstairs, and that's been by and large my biggest issue with that. I have to finish Maul. I've enjoyed it. It's a good show. I'm still kind of like, I'm still kind of sat there. I think it would have been cooler if Maul had just stayed dead. And the Yuzhang Vong War is one of the coolest things that we got. Heir to the Empire is also just, like, absolutely amazing. Like, Thrawn after the Empire fell, a badass story. Shadows of the Empire, another badass story. I think that what I would have loved to have seen, and yes, this is like the story's already been done, but I would have loved to have seen adaptations of a lot of the EU books. And maybe you adapt those stories so that old Mark Hamill and old Harrison Ford can actually be in them. I'm okay with that. But there's so many good stories that you had that would have just, like, Shadows of the Empire as a movie, Dark Forces as a movie, like a cinematic Kyle Katarn, which we already got technically in the Jedi Knight games, but a cinematic Kyle Katarn, like actually in a full feature film. The expanded universe had so much good material that I don't know why Disney was like, yeah, we're not going to use that. Yeah, there's stories that the fan base actually likes, and we're going to take that, we're going to bunch it up into a little ball, throw it in the bin, and then we're going to write a bunch of material that is certified trash, everybody hates it, and that's going to be our sequel trilogy. Have a nice life. You've done it. You got me talking about Star Wars. I already saw a lot of the meh. The Mandalorian was good until Grogu stole the show. I get it. Baby Grogu, like, it's like, huh? But The Mandalorian was a spaghetti western in space. It was really, really cool. And then they put, like, a little bug-eyed Yoda thing into the show that makes baby whimpers, and everybody lost all their brain cells. And everybody stopped writing to make The Mandalorian cool. That story could have gone in so many different directions, and I hate the direction they took it. It really, really did frustrate me. Well, yeah, because it's sold. That's why it's sold. The EU's funny because George was pretty much against all of them and the way they interpreted his universe. I think Coder's take on the Force is the biggest departure from George's vision. 100%. But many of the expanded universe stories were put across George's desk, and he was involved in their writing. At least in the sense that he gave consent. And I think that's one big difference, is that none of this is made with any sort of respect for the universe. Like, you could call the expanded universe fan fiction, ultimately it is, but at the same time, I think that it has a basic level of respect for the original story, whereas I felt like J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, I think, directed one, J.J. Abrams came back for the last sequel trilogy movie. J.J. Abrams, I think he just destroys everything he touches. He did Star Trek as well, and he just destroyed Shatner-era Star Trek. Like, I will die on that hill. That, like, the Chris Pine Star Trek movies, I can't do it. Somehow J.J. Abrams returned. Yes, he did. Here's my elevator pitch. We give Christopher Nolan a chance to I think that Christopher Nolan's style of directing isn't very Star Wars, though. I feel like people would have a lot of... Well, I mean, it is Christopher Nolan at the end of the day, but... Oh, totally. Still, I think it's interesting to think how a lot of people's vision of Star Wars has deviated from the author's intent, which I guess is what happens when anything that's... Exactly. When something enters the public imagination, I think that... And we see this with video games. You know, we talk about remakes and remasters all the time in this channel, and I think that when something enters the public imagination, it almost doesn't matter what the artist's intent was, because it takes on a life of its own. What I get out of Starry Night by Van Gogh is mine, even though the art is his. What the art does to me, that is mine. It's my interpretation, it's my impression of the material. And I think that's what we see. We see the EU, right? In the EU, a lot of these authors this is what Star Wars means to me. But with J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson, they didn't want to say this is what Star Wars means to me. They were just saying, I think this is the cool thing that I can do to just completely subvert your expectations. They weren't trying to make Star Wars, they were trying to subvert Star Wars. And I think that's the fundamental issue. Like Rian Johnson, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movies, but his killing off of the main character of the Star Wars original trilogy was just lazy. It was just bad writing. It was just bad writing. And he did it for shock and awe. That's all he did it for. He did it because I'm the director and I can. That's it. And it's crazy because he didn't just kill Luke in the physical sense. He killed Luke in the sense of what he represents. Luke Skywalker was a beacon of hope. He was a very hopeful figure. And Rian Johnson was just like, yeah, no, he's not. He did it just to do it, honestly. Martin is my soulmate, bashing the sequel trilogy. Do it. The interpretation is always up to the viewer. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's be honest, Luke was I think that you can say a lot of things about George Lucas. His writing is not, especially his dialogue, was not the strongest. It was not the strongest. What George Lucas was really good at is he was good at making characters represent a thing. Vader represented a fallen angel. Like, Vader in many ways is like Vader is like if Lucifer turned it all around and became good at the end of the story. That's Vader. He is the embodiment of evil. And the embodiment of evil becomes good after. I will have to BRB. I just got a knock on my door, which is uncommon, so I do need to check out what that is. I'll be right back, guys. Really? All right.
It's good, Sigma.
Can you sing? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to collect foreskin for Dagoth. Yeah, Vivek mole-egged his ball, so much so that it made history. They wrote a book about it. The entire sermon is a prolonged allegory about post-nut Claire. Now, excuse me while I enjoy my high tea. Tastes like aristocracy. Oh, no, I can't. I can't do it. Oh, wait. I love how that's how you're gay. What the fuck?
Suck on a glorious amount of all-American custard! Yeah, goddammit!
These fuck-ass Nords Nerevar, they're injecting the kids with skooma to change their natural Dunmer skin color. Are you telling me someone willingly slept with Amron? That motherfucker has been trying to find his rusty iron sword since the Second Era.
Last words, a guy with a beautiful voice. He makes me melt. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. You're really gonna struggle getting down the mountain otherwise. So we're gonna help you, okay? Okay, are you ready?
Ooh, they knocked the wind out of my balls.
Well, okay, it's not a level 3 unrelenting force, so you wanna know the best part about the Hist? Their entire existence is a pun. They're arboreal appearing entities that exist outside of space-time. They see all the timeline, forward and backward. They're Hist trees. God damn it. You want more? You just saw your buddies get killed, man. Did he grabbed my arrow.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Dagoth's drawing? All right, I'm scared. I think I'm going to die, but we're going to see how this goes. All right, ran out of stamina and got kicked on the ground a whole bunch. I will burn this building down. I am underslept. I have 3 hours of sleep. No coffee. The fuck? This is a trust cannon chat. Ah, I believe I could fucking die! Oh no!
Bye, bud.
In that case, Melly, I'm sorry.
The road is long and troubled, and we need
No, Melly, why are you doing this?
We mount our mighty steed to gallop down the way with strength and fervor.
Melly!
His mane flowing in the
No!
wind. So there is climbs atop him.
All right, that ended up just being a door-to-door salesman. So I spent the last like 5 minutes being like, no, we're good. But you don't know that. Like, we do get a lot of deliveries. Mrs. Books often gets like product delivered to the house and stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if it was something legitimately important. So I did answer the door. But yeah, it was a door-to-door sales guy. Oh yeah, we're in the boonies, so they think they can get away with it here. Oh, all right. Quinn has come to say hello. You sure he didn't want to sell you Witcher potions? You know what? If he had offered that, I might have taken it. Might have taken some Tawny Owl right about now. I'm very tired today, so a stamina potion would definitely hit. Let me in, I've come to visit. You know what, Necro, if it was you, I would have let you in. When Star Wars came out, we were sold this BS that George had written 9 movies, so we wanted 9 movies, and I think they backed themselves into a corner with the last 3. Like, George had, not a good name for a potion, yeah. I think George had legitimately written another 3 movies. I think that was true, but it was definitely the case that he didn't initially have that. I feel like the later 3 movies, that was when he had started writing with the Clone Wars team, Dave Filoni, and all the writers there. He also had his daughter writing a lot with the team as well. His daughter actually created a lot of designs for like Asajj Ventress and stuff like that in the show, which I thought was really, really cool. Yes, Quinn has been spotted. Yeah, she is. She's come up for pets. She's been very sore lately. Her arthritis has been getting quite bad. So I have to pick her up if she wants snuggles. When I was younger, I'd replay my faves like yearly. One of which was The Witcher 1. Now it depends, but I guess once every 2 to 3 years. Honorable mention to Dead Space 2, which I finished 6 times in 1 year. You really like Dead Space. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. She's like, oh my god, the treats. All right. Could you say hello? Say hi. Oh. My goodness. There you go. It's a 6-hour... No, it's not that it's impressive in terms of the fact that you beat it. There you go, Toby. There you go, Bubba. It's not impressive in the fact that you beat a 6-hour game, but it's like in 1 year. In 1 year. Like, it is a very Resident Evil style game. So, lots of replayability. Like Resident Evil 4. I beat RE4, but then I had Separate Ways, then I had Assignment Ada, then I had the Mercenaries modes. Right? So, it's not like I stopped playing Resident Evil 4 after I stopped playing Resident Evil 4. Can you bark? Bark. Eyes. There you go. There you go. By the way, I do not recommend having your dog do tricks this close to your face, but Quinn and I have nearly a decade of trust built up between the two of us. Audible PT, welcome in. Dinner lurking. Hope you're having a good day. All right, that's it. That's it for treats. That's it for treats. The treat bin has been closed. She's like, fine. I don't want to be here anymore. Soon I hope to experience Death Stranding 2 so I can I can have 2 DS2 games that I love. Addy again is I think you followed him, Conan, but Addy, great friend of the channel. Death Stranding is what he loves. Kojima games. Death Stranding is one of his favorites, if not his favorite game. All right, speaking of loved games, let's load the game. So, last we were in the world of The Witcher with Geralt of Rivia, we met the missing Witcher, Berengar, and he has informed us of many of the troubles that abound in the Lakeside region. Not the least of which is his assignment here, which is to figure out the conflict between the Velothi? Yeah, Velothi, fish people. The Velothi and the humans of Murky Waters. Speaking of love, let's find them cards at the swamp. Well, there is a naiad here, so it's not going to be that hard. Like, I'm not saying they're just giving them away, but they're kind of just giving them away. There's barely any work here. Do you want down now? Hey, do you want down? One sec. Berengar was an unhappy soul, to say the least. Suppose he's especially hurt over his mutations like any other. Well, and the thing with The Witcher is that I think most of them were turned as children, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Geralt spent basically his entire life in Kaer Morhen since he was a child. Like, a lot of the Witchers are orphans that were taken, or perhaps not orphans, and they were orphaned to become Witchers. All of them yeah, okay, so there you go. So yeah, Berengar has loads of resentment as a result of that. Okay. So, we also have a special armor that we can... I think we have many of the pieces. Where is the piece in our inventory? Because we did grab... Ah, right here. The piece of armor. A piece of armor made from a rare alloy. It looks very old. So we can get the full set, and I'm assuming we have to have a blacksmith assemble it. But we have to collect more. I think it's a space marine thing, and you can't really undergo the change as an adult. Right. Very similar story to like Spartans in Halo and stuff like that. What about Leo? Ooh. Okay. I'm learning about, I'm reading the books right now, I'm learning. But BRB donated blood today. Now, over 3 gallons, well, not today, obviously, but you donated blood again today, and you're getting sleepy, but need to stay awake. Like, you actually have to stay awake? Well, have some coffee, my guy. If you have to stay awake, stimulants. I'm gonna try and stay awake without having caffeine, but it's going to be difficult. He had undergone the diet and training, but had never become a real Witcher without mutations. Just did a rail of coke. I'm good. All right, let's see. Ripples. Berengar told me about the conflict between the humans and the Vadnoi. The Vadnoi. The humans are led by Julian, while the Vadnoi follow their priest. I need to talk to both. Paths of Destiny. Berengar admitted that Salamander forced him to work for them, but that he fled as soon as it was possible. The Witcher is in no mood to confess, but he'll crack and tell me more in the end, I'm sure. I need to be patient, tend to some other matters. And then we have some drowners to slay. Okay. One thing is hydrate. Well, of course, you need to replenish water so that your body can make more blood. So need to keep up on that. And with your new shift, I have to be up and... Oh, no. What new shift are you working? I'm doing 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. at work right now, which is a 9-hour day, but I have to be up at 4 in the morning every day. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. When I was doing 7 to 3, I could wake up at 5, and I had that schedule dialed. But now I'm waking up an hour earlier, and for some reason I'm just like, 1:30 to midnight, 4 and 3 off. Ah, I see. 4 on, 4 on, 3 off. Yeah, so some really, really long shifts. Okay, let's see. So we do have murky water. We just went through the crypt. We have an elven cave. We also have a place of power and a passage to the fields. I want to go to that elven cave. I want to see what that's all about. Oh no. Oh my god. The pissing match between these two boys. Truly wild, truly magisterial. Ooh! Come here! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who are you, Dagon worshipper? Oh, they're Vadnoi. So what, you're enemies of mine? There we go. Oh! These combos are just so badass. The combat just gets more and more fun as it goes on. Not you, monkey. Do I have any... What was it? It was... Was it Z? No, it was Alt. Ah, there he is. Alright, he lives, but he was attacked. Not ideal. Okay. So we have the Fisher King's hut, we have a boat. Okay, so Elven Caves are this way. Whoa! Sounded like there was more enemies. Hemo, welcome in. Yo, this game has a lot more content than I thought. Or is it because you're playing? I am playing slowly. I always play slowly. I like to take my time with the stream. I emphasize the community here. I'm not necessarily doing this as like a let's play kind of experience. This is a... I'm taking in the story, but I'm also spending time with you guys. And I don't want to ignore you guys. This is not a terribly long game if you're focusing the game very hard. But okay, so we have elf women. But neither is it a terribly short game. I think this is fairly standard length. I believe The Witcher 2 is technically shorter.
I'm so hungry.
Interesting.
I'm not surprised to see you. It's me, Sheridan. Recognize me?
Sheridan?
Apparently not. You were busy.
It's been some time.
True, Geralt. And see what's come of it. A mess, not assimilation. You work hard, you pay taxes, then come the pogroms. You flee as they torch your tavern.
Hard times.
Good you're here.
Why are you here?
Same as the rest, eating berries and dreaming of my place on Earth.
Try doing something else. Guerrilla warfare can be dangerous.
I've survived that. Humans prevented me from living as I wished to. Disdainful times. More bad luck round the corner.
This voice actor is very
Farewell.
good. Okay. Let's see if there's any quests in this area. Okay, so this is not a combat zone, so I can't get any weaponry out. Okay, so that's blocked off, and as is that. Yeah, and that's normally what I do, Hemo. That's normally what I do. I'm not kind of blazing through the game. I think that the Morrowind playthrough, that was... I think I did like 40 streams of that. It was varying lengths and everything. But during my stream, it's not uncommon for me to start a conversation. Like, I start the stream off with like an hour of just chatting with you guys, 45 minutes to an hour. And then, as far as like gameplay goes, if we encounter an interesting topic, then yeah, like I like to discuss things. I like to yap with you guys. Okay, they are too fast. Do I play D&D? Absolutely I do. Absolutely I do. My dad actually raised me on the first iteration of Dungeons & Dragons. There we go. Now we're starting to deal some damage. Yes, I'm an A-tier yapper. That is what I am. Few yap better than me. There's one man who nobody yaps like Harold. As the one guy that can give me a run for my money. Nobody yaps like Harold. I said it too, Harold. We all know. We all know. With his all-American custard. Yes, we love Harold here. The man is a treasure. We must protect him at all costs. But I will say this. When I'm not, shall we say, occupied with my musings about the games industry, etc., etc., I do get through the game fairly. Like, Squishy Bunny, welcome in. We did make some actually pretty decent headway last stream. We got through the Salamandra hideout. We killed the professor. We beat the Kikimor queen, and we ended up in Lakeside. So now we're on the last chapter of the game. Okay, so we cannot get taken to the island just yet. So what I think maybe we should do, because we've been to the crypt, let's talk to Berengar again. Fun fact, I don't know if anyone has shared here. The Witcher 1 was supposed to... Yes, the Rise of the White Wolf. Dragon in Twitch chat turned me on to that. I actually made a short form video on it, talking about it. It was actually very interesting. The game was pretty much done. But then CD Projekt Red had some disagreements, shall we say, with the developer that was making the game for the Xbox 360. And after that fell through, they decided that they were going to abandon the project and put all hands on deck for The Witcher 2. It would be very interesting to see how The Witcher 1 would have been remembered if it was changed. Because I can't imagine that the pacing of the combat would have remained. I can't imagine that would have stuck around. They would have changed it to more of a Witcher 2 style combat, I feel. But did you know the game was supposed to have a DLC? Skellige. I did not know that. That I did not know. I didn't know about no DLC. Okay, so there's Berengar's camp. They took whatever they had left over and put... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mentioned an imperfection in my defense.
Yes.
I just want to hear again,
when you do a half
because I think he mentioned where the armor
notice.
pieces were.
I even know why.
Care to tell me?
To do a half spin correctly, you need to have both legs in working order. One of yours was crushed once.
Possibly.
So it goes. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Farewell.
All right, no more inklings about the armor. Okay, I feel like we have to go to Murky Waters now. From the footage I saw of it, I wasn't a huge fan of how they changed the lighting and art style of The Witcher 1 in Rise of the White Wolf. Some of the new models look pretty nice. So, yeah, I think that the personality, and this is what I say, right? The personality of a video game, every single time the game is touched, it is changed. Hate to deprive you of the fun of a pointless search, but aside from talking to the blacksmith, the rest of the search for the armor is... Ah, I see.
Triss teleported me, too. It was amazing. I always wanted to see what it's like.
She did that for you? Must be having an off day.
So why did Triss teleport you here?
Let's say she saved me from the kiss of death.
Interesting. Perhaps I'll use it in my new ballad. In any case, what a truly delightful place. Triss said we should stay here until Princess Ada stops dreaming of slitting your throat.
I have to agree. So, tell me about this place. In prose, if you don't mind.
It's a charming area, thoroughly magical in its mood. The peasants seem altogether happy, while the peasant women are,
Dandelion. Something specific?
Well, there's gonna be a wedding. Alina, the village mayor's daughter, will marry Julian, a wealthy merchant from Kovir. Then there are the Vodianoi. Oh, Alina's taking care of Alvin.
Our Alvin?
Well, yes, unless he has a twin.
Dandelion.
Yes. Oh, I just remembered. Triss said you should watch him since others are after him. Or something like that.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Now to the tavern to meet some charming lass who'll get my spirits up.
Alright, so we have the inn, we have Alina's house, and we have the river to the Naiads bathing. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I will not do a pointless search then, Wheel. I'll reserve the majority of my questing for the next chapter then. Because we've gotten this far with this armor. Okay, so we have lots of doors. Let's maybe we head to the chief's house. So we do have a city guard. A prize-winning cow. Wait, there's a cow guard?
Take a good look, Mr. Witcher. You're not likely to ever see another cow like this one.
She is impressive.
Look at that glistening coat. A tail, and that udder.
Mm-hmm.
We plan to mate her with a champion bull from Bullsville.
Oh, a bull from Bullsville,
a
you don't say?
known round the world.
No doubt.
Our strawberry is so beautiful.
Later.
I could drink.
Okay, let's see. Let's head to the chief's house. Damn, Murky Water's looking uncharacteristically foggy. I haven't seen Murky Waters before, so I wouldn't know. Interesting. Nobody's home. Well, I will take... Ooh. I have not made any bombs yet. That is my next move. That is my next move. I met a dwarven dentist, yes. I did not partake of the dwarven dentist's services.
Trouble.
He was asking for some weird stuff. Interesting. Red roses. They're game changers when combo. Alright. I do plan on making some. I think I do have enough resources to do it. Okay, so there's a blacksmith here. Road to the inn. Road to the bridge. Is there a blacksmith? Blacksmith's wife and the blacksmith.
Greetings.
Hello.
How can I help the gentleman?
Who might you be?
Master Handyman at your service. I handle repairs of all kinds, produce strange and non-standard objects, and am a capable creative blacksmith and carpenter.
Berenger mentioned you know the legend of Raven.
I know nothing about the legend. I'm more interested in technology. That armor was a breakthrough in armor design, made possible by advances in metallurgy and smelting.
Very interesting. About the armor.
I can tell you about its qualities.
Good, but remember I know little about metallurgy or smithery.
3 elements remain of Raven's armor: a spalder, a rear brace, and a gauntlet. The highest quality iron ores and state-of-the-art technologies were used in its making, not some useless Temerian smelting pots. The gnomes surpass us technologically by an age. Beneath Mount Carbon, they have blast furnaces and quenching tanks, equipment beyond our reach.
Can you tell me about the armor?
As you wish. The technologies I mention allow for the production of steel both hard and flexible, essentially indestructible. As I said, only parts of the armor remain. To recreate the entire suit, you must find replacement material and someone to assemble the parts.
Any suggestions?
Search crypts where great knights were interred. I heard the counts of the Reuter dynasty wore similar armor. Pieces of that should be reforgeable.
You're rather versatile.
One has to survive, so I offer other services. Besides, I have an expensive hobby.
A hobby?
My kin and I yearn to build a flying machine. We built several already, but none worked. We had to cover the pilot's medical expenses.
I see.
Yes?
Can we? Okay, so this is just trade. Can't have him make anything for us right now.
Maybe I should move.
Witcher 1 bombs are absolutely skippable, and I know a guy who has played this game more than I have, and it took him about 10 years to learn about them. 10 years. I know I can sell armor in this menu, but I was more interested in possibly upgrading my silver sword. I was wanting to upgrade it, because I do have some blue meteorite that would work. Interesting. Collapsed bridge, ruins. Healer's hut. Ah. I think we do have to buy some more herb books as well. Ooh, I guess what we could have sold to the blacksmith, we did have some jewelry. So next time we find a trader, make sure we sell that off, because it is taking up space in the inventory. What the hell was that? Not taking any chances. Where are you? Ah! Giant centipede! Where are you? He's in wrong form, for one. Where are you? Come back here, you bastard! Where are you? Aha! Come on. Can I hit him with strong form? I can! Oh, got him. Ooh. Inventory's full. You cannot... valuable ingredients. High quality chitin. What? I got space, though. Or is it? Oh, it takes up too much space. Let's see. Oh, it must go right here. So in that case, I feel like I can... Don't need any wolf pelts. There we go. I know I used to always cheese The Witcher 1 because for some reason, the Order Armor in Vizima will buy every type of... Oh, so you just abused them. You're like, please, buy my everything. Interesting. Okay, so we'll carry on through here. So that was a collapsed bridge. And now... Soldier's Hooch. Let's get rid of... What can we get rid of? Okay, wyvern eggs are going to be rather valuable. We have necrophage oil, we have grindstone, we have diamond dust. Suet. Goose fat. Grease. Oh, I've got loads of suet. So we'll do this. We'll drop the suet. Right, I have no urge to battle another one. So we're going to avoid the centipede if we can. It's an unknown herb, but we do have some white myrtle. Let's grab a stack of that. That's a passage to the fields. We do have some wolves. Let's try and avoid the wolves if we can. The real moneymaker in The Witcher 1 is weapons. Every little dinky dagger sells for like 20 orens. Axes for 40. The enemies keep dropping them. The only limiting factor to that is your inventory space. But I take your point. Yeah, if you had a mind to do so, you could definitely loot like absolute crazy. I was kind of wondering that when the leather armor was like 5,000 orens. I was like, how do you rationalize that? But if most of the people playing the game were essentially just taking all of the weapons and selling them off, that's really no issue. Alright, let's see what we got here. There might be some fist fighting around. So that's the innkeep. There's Julian. There's Dandelion. Dandelion.
Show us your dick!
Conan! My word. Professional fist fighter. I will do a stretch.
How am I supposed to eat this pizza without my drink?
Actually, speaking of which, I think I did turn... I turned a notification off. 1 second.
All of those sounds that are trapped in your mind.
Yeah, I shut that off. I shut that off. Oddly fitting considering Dandelion and Geralt. Yep. Oh, King and Queen. Yes, I believe we got the ingredients for that. Oh no, the game doesn't want to reload. Oh no. Okay, 1 sec, guys. 1 second. Okay, well, the game is closed, but I lost my monitor. Interesting. So that's why I went to full screen so quickly. It wasn't running in windowed mode. Shit. Yeah, we ran into this before, Wheel. I've been running the game in windowed mode and have been using a software to basically take the borders away. And it decided it wanted to run in full screen, and my tabbing out made the game very angry. So, we can still see the game in stream here. I wonder if I restart it, what that will do. We'll see if that brings the game back. Okay. Just going through Steam, making okay, I'm stopping it in Steam. We'll see if that... Okay, perfect. That gave me my monitor back. So now, all I have to do is reopen the game. And I do have a save relatively close, so it's not like I lost a ton of stuff. Alright, let's do video options. Not full screen, please. Going to change that. And then I'll do my little software trick. Oh, and it's having the issue of last time. I have been in the habit of doing I call them hard saves. I've been in the habit of doing that because when I was doing autosaves, for some reason, I was having data retention issues. My autosaves wouldn't work all of the time. So I just got in the habit of just, like, physically making the save happen. What did I get rid of last time? Okay, so we'll take this. Get rid of the suet. And there we go. Speaking of which... good habit for all kinds of games you regularly play. Well, and it's not necessarily... it's a habit I have in old games, in particular. I find that old games, there's a lot of, like, jankiness that happens for some reason. It's, like, systems that should just normally work without anything kind of crazy happening.
Interesting. This body has been here long, but something keeps the bones from disintegrating.
Interesting. I was having that problem a lot in, like, Dark Forces, and when I was playing DOSBox Dark Forces, I should say. Jedi Knight 2 gave me that issue a couple of times. This game, a couple of times. It probably would work, like, 8 times out of 10. I'm more just worried, especially on stream, I'm just worried about losing progress. I don't want to get really far in the game in a single stream, and then just lose all of that, because all I did was autosave, you know? Eastern European PC games and crash issues really wired me to making regular hard saves. Yeah. Am I the only one that calls them that, by the way? Am I weird for calling them hard saves? Yeah, actually, now that we're right in front here. So we might have some dialogue options that are... no, that looked right. It's just sometimes the mouse doesn't work with this software that I'm running.
Yes?
Okay, so I'm not insane. Good. Okay, Julian was in here. But we do have some fist fighters. Professional fist fighter. The Rock. Let's make some gold, shall we?
Beat Butterbean and Fat Fred.
And Gablada. I'm looking for a worthy opponent.
Then welcome. They call me The Rock.
And you have a special model, so I know
Wanna
you're
fight
a good
real
fighter.
champion?
What's the wager?
500 orins.
I'm down for that.
No rules apply?
Aye. $500 orins.
I'm in.
Oh, I just pressed the wrong thing. Gotcha. Oh! Oh! You fight dirty, Geralt.
I'm itching to eat someone.
Oh, definitely harder than the last few.
No challenge?
Oh, nice! We won. He does hurt. He hurt a lot, actually. Oh, it was a Vizima Noble. Gotcha.
Congratulations, champ. Before you collect your reward, know another fight awaits.
Who with?
Go to the swamp, where you'll meet the Nameless One. Choose your reward.
Ah. The meteorite steel. I'll take the best of all runes. Meteorite steel. Ooh, what would the best one of this be? Everything has like equivalent value, so it would all be close to the coin. Meteorite steel would be for the blades. And I have a very good sword from last stream. We don't really have room in the inventory for the runes. That's the one issue. It's like, if I say, give me the steel or the runes, I just don't have the room in the inventory. That would be the major issue in my mind. Hang on. Okay, we will be hanging on. It annoys me, especially in RPGs where I make choices. If I make certain choices, then crash and have to go back. Making the same choices to retread my steps feels artificial. Choosing differently feels like cheating. So losing that progress feels like I was robbed out of a genuine... I 100% agree. I had that happen to me in... I had to do that in Mass Effect 2 one time. No, actually it was 1. It was 1. I had to do that with the Rachni. We met Liara's mother, Matriarch Benezia, and I didn't save, and we lost. So I had to go through that entire dialogue wheel again, and I was just like, this does not feel anywhere near as cool. Doing a replay, it feels fantastic, but when it's that specific context, I 100% agree. Or as Red Meteorite and the Savron, I'll take the coin. I'll just take the coin.
I'll take the coin.
500 orins is yours.
Okay, so we have to fight the Nameless One.
With some words.
So that must have been from the Swamp Cemetery. I do have to find a merchant, or maybe the innkeep could store my stuff. So we'll do that. I'll store a bunch of stuff.
Spacious tavern.
What? You think everything's small in the country?
I meant no offense.
How can I help?
Where's the village mayor?
There's a large hut in the village where the mayor spends his time, but he lives in another large hut, so...
I'll find it.
How can I help?
Any interesting news?
Oh, wedding, that's what. The mayor's daughter, Elena, is marrying a townsman called Julian. He's staying here.
Or was yellow.
One thing.
Yes?
Storage, please. All right. Now, I'll keep the... Drop the necrophage oil. Suet I will drop. Goose fat I will drop. Bear fat I will drop. I think that we can put those meteorites away for a little bit as well. Don't like the unknown oil. Or the unknown potion. Drop the flutter fangs and the wolf pelt. Okay. That did clear up some space. I will keep the jewelry. Just so... if I encounter a merchant, I'll be able to sell. Yellow meteorite ore is cool, but it's a shame you get it so late in the game. It's technically best, but by the time you have 3 pieces, there are better steel sword. Yeah. That's the sense I'm getting with this game. Like, a lot of the best stuff is very, very late in the game. Alright, so... there's the ruins. Right down there. We have the notice board. Devourer contract, giant centipede contract, wyvern egg contract. Ooh, I do have some wyvern eggs. Got a hold of devourer teeth? Don't cast them away. Bring 10 sets to the witch's hut for a reward, paid out in pure gold. The giant centipede contract. Only buyer of chitinous giant centipede carapaces come to the elven camp by the lake. Be not afraid. 4 carapaces earn a decent sum. No doubt about it. The wyvern egg contract. They say wyvern eggs are delicious and nutritious. I want to taste them. We'll pay for 3 eggs. The basilisk contract will buy basilisk hides, well-preserved ones only. Good money offered for the 3 hides. Collect your payment at the inn, Julian. The Alp contract. Let it be known far and wide that the chief of Murky Waters promises to reward anyone who delivers 5 sets of fangs of the dangerous beasts known as Alps. Tobias Hoffman. The Alp entry into the bestiary is required to complete this contract. So we will have to buy some books. But we do have the money to buy some books now. Alright, now we must go face our final foe. Gotta make sure we save, though. Ooh, place of power. What would I like to do? The meteorite ore system feels wasted, in my opinion. Most people aren't going to get 3 pieces in Chapter 1 and in Chapter 2. You can find your current sword, which beats all of them. Then again, I guess I have the perspective of someone who knows the ins and outs of it. True. And I think that's that is an important aspect that you've just hit on, Wheel, is that familiarity breeds this sense of you can recognize the misses of the game. Like, me in my first playthrough, I've barely scratched the surface of the mechanics. Most people won't scratch the surface of the mechanics within a first playthrough. It's only in subsequent playthroughs over, I mean, I'm going to be playing this game for the rest of my life, frankly. So, if not for chat, I still would have learned these things. It just would have taken me a little bit more time. And I think that that is an important perspective, is because you have become so familiar, you recognize things a little bit easier. The ritual of life. The places of power is another mechanic I'm not super sure of. Like, I just don't know quite what it does. Like, I know that a bonus is given, but CD Projekt Red changed things over the series for a reason. This was their very first real... this, I believe, was. If I'm not mistaken, CD Projekt Red... actually, okay, first project. This was their first major outing. But first project, that is actually interesting. Let me know in the chat if you know the answer to the question. It's mostly just a shame because the concept is cool. You got 3 colors that you can mix and match with different stats. In a better world, they would have come with different models. Who knows, in the remake that's going to be upcoming, that might be the case. We might be getting that. Hindsight is 2020.
Interesting. This body has been here long, but something keeps the bones from disintegrating.
That's Claps Bridge. Tavern, Healer's Hut. So this is the ruins. So we have the Alp contract. We have Alvin. Paths of Destiny. Interesting. Okay, we do have an ad break coming right away, guys. I do need a bit of a bio break. So once ads hit, I will be availing myself. Kier6, welcome in. Hi, you're playing The Witcher again. Yes. Yeah, this is my schedule's been kind of all over the place because of work. Also health stuff. But health stuff is much, much better now. And work has somewhat stabilized. So the schedule is currently Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Monday game is, well, somebody has redeemed the Pick a Game redeem. It's the most expensive redeem that we have in the channel. And it is a redeem where you redeem it and then you say, books, I would like you to play this. If it is a deep story game, then we will beat that story game before getting into the game that was picked. And if it's a game like Dead Cells, which I was playing, we take a break from that and we immediately dive in. Now, the Redeemer has chosen Assassin's Creed Rogue, which came out at the same time as Assassin's Creed Unity and was much less recognized. So we're going to be playing that. On Wednesday, it is currently The Witcher 1. After we beat this, we're going directly into The Witcher 2. And then Baldur's Gate is on Friday. We're going directly from Baldur's Gate into Baldur's Gate 2, and then we'll put it up to a vote to see if the community would like me to play Baldur's Gate 3. And if they would, I will. And if not, then we'll spin the wheel and we'll move on to something else. Okay, ad break is running. I do need to hit the loo, so I will leave you guys with the clips, and I will see you guys in just a jiff. Really? Right?
It's good, Sigma.
Can you sing? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to collect foreskin for Dagoth Ur. Yeah, Vivek mole-egged his ball. So much so that it made history. They wrote a book about it. The entire sermon is a prolonged allegory about post-nut Claire. Now, excuse me while I enjoy my high tea.
tastes like aristocracy. Oh,
no, I can't. I can't do it. Oh, wait. I love how that's how you're gay. What the fuck?
Suck on a glorious amount of all-American custard! Yeah, goddammit!
These fuck-ass Nords Nerevar, they're injecting the kids with skooma to change their natural Dunmer skin color. Are you telling me someone willingly slept with Amron? That motherfucker has been trying to find his rusty iron sword since the Second Era.
Last words, a guy with a beautiful voice. He makes me melt. Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
You're really gonna struggle getting down the mountain otherwise. So we're gonna help. All right, ads are almost done, guys. Thank you for accommodating the break. I'm not taking a super long break this time around. Normally, right in the middle of the stream, I'll take like an extensive break, but I already took a break at like the hour mark to talk to that salesperson. Not really a break, honestly, but still, it took us away from the game. So Jerkops has a good question. If someone would redeem a new game now, would that go into a queue after the currently inline points Yes. So I need to be respectful of everybody who makes the redeem. That is very important to me. And the person, Dragon, is the one who did the redeem. And Dragon picked The Witcher 2, which we're already playing. So it's 75,000 channel points. That's almost a year of watching the stream. Like, it's many, many, many streams. So I wanted to be sure that I was giving Dragon every chance to pick a game. Now, if The Witcher 2 was truly what he wanted to see, then it would have just been a case of, okay, well, we're already playing that, so we're making good on that. But I asked Dragon, I'm like, okay, genuinely, you just spent 75,000 channel points. Do you want to see a particular game on the channel? And Dragon was like, okay, well, you've never played Assassin's Creed, like any Assassin's Creed. And someone else in the community really advocated for Assassin's Creed Rogue, said it was a great game, and I think out of all of the Assassin's Creed games, this is the one game that we would consider voiceless. This is the game that we would consider in need of a preservation conversation, a conversation of like, this is kind of a one that went under the radar, the one that slipped us by, so to speak. But if someone was to make a redeem today, I would then add that to a queue, do Assassin's Creed Rogue, then I would do the other requested game, then we would hop back into Dead Cells, because that's waiting. Dead Cells is kind of a perfect game to be waiting in the wings, honestly, because that is the sort of game that it's a roguelike. It never really ends. So it's very easy to just put down, pick back up, put down, pick back up. It's kind of the perfect game to kind of sit in that slot as we cycle through voted for games. Dragon is just abusing exploits to get... no, it's called... Yeah, that's all Dragon is here, and I can say this genuinely. Dragon is here first every single stream. He has been here first every single stream for an entire year. Like, the dude shows up to work. Like, I don't know what else to tell you guys. So he had the points, he redeemed the points, and he picked a game. And like, Avalon, if you get 75,000 channel points, and you said, no, because you watch the stream, pretty much every stream too. What are you? Let's be nice now. And that is a warning. I don't like the use of that word for people watching the stream. 100%. So if you get 75,000 and you say play Siege of Avalon again, guess what I'm doing? I'm playing Siege. I'm playing SOA. By the way, I know you didn't mean it badly, but again, that is not a word to use lightly, I would say. To be honest, The Witcher 2 is on a weak engine. Yeah, I'm not going to have the problem that you have, though, because I have it on original hardware. I have an Xbox 360. So I can play it on the 3. It'll probably still crash, because it's a 360. But I will... Exactly. Yeah, 100%. But with that said, no, I know you didn't. I know you didn't. But I need to be clear because there's strangers in the chat, right? There's people who are very, there are people who've been in the community, like you guys, for a very long time, and you guys can take pot shots at each other, right? Dragon, Necro, Avalon, Audibel PT, Dev, Jet, just to name a few. You guys have been in the community a long time, so you have a repartee. You have a rapport, and you feel like you can kind of, you know, take the piss a little bit. But as the community grows, especially as I post more on YouTube and do stuff on Instagram and everything, there's going to be people that we do not know. And this is always a possibility on Twitch, but possibly even more so now that I'm kind of outreaching with content. There's going to be people we just don't know coming in, and then they'll be like, what's going on here, you know? So this is why I say, like, not necessarily like, but like, let's be careful. Witcher 2 on permadeath mode is the only option. I do have it on PC. I've been thinking about playing Witcher 2 on PC just to carry the save, but at the same time, original hardware. Just a quick vote in chat. Would you guys like to see the 360 version, or would you like to see the PC version with a carried over save, if I can manage that? PC carried over. Never the 3. Never the 3. The 360 is inferior. It's garbage. Get it away. The Witcher 2 is technically a PC-first game, even if the UI would have you believe otherwise. God, PC version is... Let's see, so we do have the meadows. Interesting. So that's not the plains, it's called the meadows. Ooh, actually, PC is greater than console. I mean, I would agree, but I'm all... Oh! Filthy! Oh! That damage. Yeah, no, I would agree. I prefer PC at this point in my life as well. But at the same time, I was a console gamer way before I was a PC gamer. Way before I was a PC gamer. So I do have a soft spot for PC. Or, sorry, I do have a soft spot for console. Misspeaking. Poor wolves. I hate having to kill dogs. Bears, dogs, like, do not. Welcome to the bitrate fields. The part of the game that melted old PCs. Just my fan starts going. I heard, actually, I think I could be wrong on this, actually, but Crisis. Ooh, more wyverns. Crisis still is crazy on modern PCs even. Okay, what came first? What came to the world first, PC or... Well, PC, obviously. I'm not arguing with you, Avalon. I'm certainly not arguing with you. But... I was PC because of my dad, but then because of friends, I got roped into console gaming in a very big way. The damage, though. So yeah, I started on the PC with like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets games. And I also played Dark Forces, Masters of the Sith, Jedi Knight, Yoda Stories, Anakin Speedway, Star Wars Racer, like all of that on PC. My dad had an extensive collection of Star Wars games especially. But after that point, my buddy got me a Game Boy Pocket. And then after the Game Boy Pocket, another friend had some Game Boy Advance SPs that I purchased. And then after I purchased those SPs, he was like, look, I'm getting the Nintendo Wii. Would you like to buy my Nintendo 64? And I was like, boy, would I! So I bought his Nintendo 64, and it was over. I was a console gamer for pretty much my entire teenage era of life after that point. So what do we have here? The Druid Circle. Jodre, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. A Druid Lantern. Alright, that is definitely a quest later. Ooh, Circle of Waking Fire. So that strengthens one of my signs, obviously. Oh, maybe the, maybe the magic power, the life magic power that's healing. That's like having a swallow potion on. There's a random farm. Interesting. So my cursor's all crazy because of my full screen adapter. So let's move out of the farm. Let's see what this is. Okay, so we have campfire there. God, this is actually terrible. There's a ruined mill. Let's head to the ruined mill. I want to see what's over there. We can go to the farm later. I'm assuming there's a quest in there. Especially with the Druid Circle sticking around. So, Cure 6, are you a fan of the... I'm pretty sure you're a fan of The Witcher as a franchise, given that you've played The Witcher 2. I'm assuming you've played The Witcher 3. But with The Witcher 1, is this a game you have experience with? Yes, they do, Jodre. Yes, they do. They are absolutely one of the scariest enemies in the game. Lots of raspberries. The issue with consoles are you have always to buy a new console after a new generation of hardware. Otherwise, you keep most of your PCs as is, and you're still able to play older games on. Sure. Also, fun fact well, maybe not a fun fact, kind of a shitty fact of consoles. You know, everybody complains that using DRMs, right? E-stores. Like, for example, having to have certain hardware to run certain games. It was always the case with consoles, right? Like, that complaint with, like, digital stores, kind of owning the real estate kind of thing. That was always kind of the intention of consoles. The value assertion of a console is not that it is the best way to play your games. It is that it takes a lot of the complexity of running your games out of the equation, but then you're on a fixed real estate. Like, you're on a fixed console, so all the games you buy have to be for that. And if there's console exclusives, well, guess what? You're buying the new console. PC is just way more flexible than console is. So the buy-in for PC is higher, but the flexibility you get after that point is much, much more. With a console, you have, at least back in the day, I would argue not so much anymore, but back in the day, you had a bit more of a simplified experience where it's just like hit power button, game run. Now it's, honestly, when you turn on a console these days, it's more like opening your phone, honestly. Like, there's apps on consoles now. And I think that pretty much every value statement that a console used to have is starting to go away. And I think that that's one of the big reasons that Sony took away the licensing rights from PC. So their games are no longer going to PC after a certain amount of time. Those games are going to stay on PlayStation because PlayStation is now in a climate where they have to rationalize their existence. Because if everything is a PC, why do you need a console? And especially with the Valve, the GameCube coming out, the waters are muddied. The new Xbox is supposed to be basically a PC. The waters are further muddied. The only console that is just, in my mind, straight up a console still is the Nintendo Switch. And that is because it has a handheld aspect. But at the same time, could you not just get a Steam Deck? It's a fair question. Super Nintendo was the last console for you. That's a while ago. Yeah, damn. I tried to play The Witcher 2. Oh, your PC is trash. I mean, that might be why The Witcher 2 didn't want to run nice. But I played The Witcher 1 and finished it. Oh my god, I cried. Oh, don't spoil. I will not tolerate story spoilers. I'm loving the story of this game. I will cry. Yeah, well, Cure 6, that is absolutely what they've done. What are they calling it? The Steam Machine? The GameCube. It's a PC for your TV, essentially. I started playing one of the DLC, but I don't... Yeah. Yeah, finding time to play outside of stream is definitely... I think it's called the Steam Machine. I think it is called the Steam Machine. So we have the Ruined Mill. Can we go inside? Not right now, anyways. Xbox is retiring from consoles and leaving. Well, and here's the thing, right? If the console space... Here's what consoles did, right? They made gaming available for cheap. And I know a lot of people are, oh, consoles are so much money! But back when it was like the GameCube and the original Xbox and the PlayStation 2, like, yeah, they were a few $100, but compared to a PC, that's cheap. So the value of that was you could get into games and gaming for much, much cheaper. You still had to buy your games on PC, especially back then. It was still physical games for PC. And there was a very good argument to be made for gaming on console because it was so much cheaper. But now, a low-end PC, you're paying PS5 Pro prices. You're paying Series X prices. So, you know, what exactly are we talking about here? And a lot of gamers are asking that question, and they're choosing to get a PC instead. And even if it's a low-end PC, my first PC was not world-changing. My first PC was a pretty simple unit. I'm sorry, what? I think not. Can I hit with strong? I cannot. Alright, guess we're using faster mode. I hated every second of that. I hate these kinds of enemies. Ugh. Ugh. Never again. Don't do that. Ever again. There's a circle of elements. Small farm. So we do have a small farm over there. PCs were always more expensive than consoles because if you had a TV already, that's all you needed to play. But if you want to have a PC, you need to buy, yeah, peripherals. Yep, peripherals and everything. And that's really a big thing that kept me out of PC architecture for a long time. Trey, have you tried to get her card? No! No, I haven't. Hello, Hermie.
Who has the lady led to me?
Greetings. My name is Geralt.
A witcher? Here to deal with the noon wraiths?
More or less.
I lead the life of a hermit with few luxuries, but make yourself at home. I can offer water, food, and a game of dice.
Ooh. We do like a game of dice.
By your speech, I assume you're well educated.
Correct. I spent most
Jason,
of my life
welcome in.
serving
Hope you're having a good
as
day.
a diplomat.
Would it be forward if I asked what inspired you to seek isolation?
I can only state that I left when the Lady of the Lake summoned me to serve her.
Don't you get bored?
I brought my library when I went into exile. I used the knowledge in the books of herbs to prepare potions for the people of Murky Waters, who provide food in exchange.
Your knowledge could be useful.
Years of solitude have allowed me to copy some of my books many times over. I would be delighted to know these copies were of use to another.
But that is a one-time thing. Well, but that's the thing. What I'm talking about with PC, so I'm saying that console gamer, PC gamer, what is the initial buy-in? That's what I'm talking about. Initial buy-in. So to be a PC gamer, you need your PC, you need a monitor, you need a keyboard, you need a mouse. You might choose to get some other peripherals as well. That buy-in is going to be significantly higher. Like, I had monitors, I had keyboard, I had mouse, but I still paid over $3,000 Canadian for my tower. That was before RAM and everything went crazy. I bought at literally the perfect time. Yorworth, welcome in. The best Witcher game. I don't know that for a fact yet, because I barely played the series. I've beaten 2 when I was a kid, so I barely remember it. I have been playing through this. And 3 I've never played. So, we'll see. I'm experiencing the series for the first time with you guys. That's right, you have to buy... Well, you don't have to. So, this is the crazy thing, right? So, in the modern era, this is where the line gets blurry, right? There are still games made for, like, PS4 architecture. Not many, but they're out there. The Witcher 1 has a mod made by one of the developers that... sorry, I'm missing... Oh, you didn't type it all. My personal gripe with consoles, beyond the fact that I hate controllers, is how a lot of genres I, like, don't really work on. Yeah, so, like, something like this really doesn't work on console. That's where Rise of the White Wolf came in, and we've been talking about it in chat. It's like, how do you turn this into that? Dragon Age is kind of the closest I would say you've gotten. They massacred my dice poker.
Anything a Witcher can do for you?
I do have a problem.
How can I help?
Could it be
There's
the
a druid's
field
ring
hags?
nearby with an ancient statue of the goddess. The place is saturated with the power and attracts dangerous entities.
Not surprising.
The wild hunt began haunting the ring recently. Its king hopes to lure the souls of the warriors laid in the kurgans by my hut.
I have dealt with the hunt. What would you like me to do?
Kill 9 phantoms, a hallowed number of the druids. Perhaps the appearance of a witcher will drive off the king of the hunt. As your reward, you may have a book on vampires, ownership of a hut, or a wreath of immortelles.
Oh, Inquisition is unplayable with a mouse and key. Whoa, I didn't know that. I played it on 360, so... Not everyone likes the same kind of consoles, and sometimes it's better to level up or down to find something you'll just like better. So, I will say this. Modern era aside, so Gen 7 and back, I think that there was an amazing case for consoles. And I think Gen 7, if I had to... Gen 6 and 7, that was kind of a golden age of video games. Just in terms of games coming out. Even PC gamers ate very well during that era. But buy-in for the PS3 and 360, that's when the buy-in started to get... Like, the PS3, when it came out, was very expensive. I remember lots of people being like, it's how much? And a lot of people got driven to the 360 by that, even though it wasn't much cheaper. And only, like, hardcore Nintendo stands went with the Nintendo Wii, which was, I believe, the cheapest of all of them. But even with the PS3 as expensive as it was, but no, all good, Neil. All good. Yeah, self-care first. Always self-care first. Yeah, we'll chat outside of stream, but self-care first. I will say that live. Did they lose money on the... They lost money on the Wii U. I think the Wii actually sold rather well. But the Wii U, definitely, they needed the Switch. And it did do well, luckily.
I can do that.
Remember this. The king of the hunt is a powerful opponent, and no mortal, not even you, can hope to defeat him.
So how do I fight him?
Find mandrake root by the kurgans near my hut. The magic herb will keep the king of the hunt at bay. Merely light the candle that stands within the ring and sprinkle mandrake upon the flame.
Yeah, that sounds helpful.
Oh, you're talking about The Sims. Yeah, you know what? I will say there are certain games where you can do like 7,000 hours nonstop just fine. Seriously, like there are some games that are just that fun. I've probably got about that much time in Resident Evil 4, I would say. Fable 1 as well. I've got so many just like endless playthroughs of that. I used to know the Silver Key locations by heart. I don't anymore, but I used to know them by heart. At some point I just kind of stopped, because like the collectibles weren't really like suited to each playthrough that I was doing, so I just kind of stopped, and I did end up losing a bit of knowledge that way. Civilization is a series that I definitely feel has immense replayability, because like no campaign is really the different. No campaign is really the same. And, in addition to that, you have the added bonus of the fact that it suffers from just one more turn syndrome. And I cannot tell you how many playthroughs I've been doing of Civ, especially Civ 6, which is one of my favorites. Civ 5 might edge it out a little bit, but I'm constantly Mrs. Books will come down and be like, hey, it's dinner. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna do one more turn, and then I'll come up for dinner. Then it's been 3 hours. It's like, I just want to do one more turn, but you keep saying that to yourself, just one more turn, just one more turn, just one more turn. Because each turn is a refresh, and you're just like, okay, let's keep going, let's keep going. And you lose all track of time. That's your opinion, Avalon. Oh no, the nude wraiths. That is absolutely your opinion, and you are completely entitled to it. But I have immense fun with games like that. Okay, they're not hurting me too bad. Oh! Oh, I've been blinded! Blinded by the light. So, Avalon, I will ask you this, because you're an individual of very, very strong opinions, I would say. Other than RPGs, and possibly the odd simulator game, like, I don't know, Thief or something like that, what are the games that you like? If I took RPGs away from you, if I said, no more RPGs, what would you play? What would you be into? Oh, also, MMOs are included in that. So no single player RPGs, no MMO RPGs. Not a list of games, but a genre. Genre list. Would you play a first-person shooter? Would you play a real-time strategy game? Would you play immersive sims? Would you play flight simulators? So on and so forth. But no role-playing games. Okay. So, the Plains entrance. The Wii sold, but yes. And I think that after the Wii came out, people started to realize that the motion controls were kind of a gimmick, and it wasn't a terribly good gimmick at the end of the day. All the games for the Wii that were absolutely fantastic were games that made use of the Wiimote's ability to be turned and used as like a SNES controller. But games like Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, when the motion controls worked, it was okay. But when they didn't work, it was egregiously terrible. And I would argue that most of the time, they didn't work terribly well. And it didn't lend itself to a lot of genres, so you were stuck in a situation where it was like, okay, you want to play Street Fighter on the Nintendo Wii? Alright, you can do that, but it's gonna suck. Action-adventure indie... Ooh, racing games. Nice. What is your favorite racing game? Do we have... I don't think I have the carapaces. There's a hunter that sits out here that I can give carapace to. But I have to kill more. I have to kill more centipedes. I have to kill 2 more before I can do that. Need for Speed, but which one? There are a lot of Need for Speeds, and each game, I would argue, feels pretty different. I think the one that I've been playing, the only one I have on PC is Heat. I have, let's see, on console, I have Underground, I have Most Wanted, and I don't have Hot Pursuit. I think I was going to get Hot Pursuit on PC and I ended up getting something else. Heat was really fun though. I had a good time with Heat. Okay, so we do have a Basilisk contract, so let's go to the inn. We'll turn in those... We'll turn in those wyvern eggs. We can get a bit of money off of that. Oh, so you do like colony sims. So why don't you like Civilization? I would say it's not really a colony sim. I like city management games. So, Necro was showing me a game called Frostpunk, which was really cool. Stronghold is probably my favorite city builder. Like, it's got battle mechanics and everything like that, but really, you go to Stronghold for the city building and the castle building. Ooh, one moment. Oh, felt that one. My ancestors felt that one. That was a sneeze for the ages. Thank you, Cure6. Where is the inn? That's the chief's house. Ah, the road to the inn. That's down over yonder. Go to the inn. What's another good one? It's good. Another good city builder. One I haven't looked into. It's not really a city builder. It's more like just a, I don't know, build cool shit kind of thing. But Tiny Glade. Squishy was playing it, and it looked serene. It looked absolutely serene. Not my normal kind of game, I will confess it, but honestly, did not look like a bad time. It looked like a very, very enjoyable time to me. Who is this? Pat. Mason Harn. Tiny Glade is so cute, and yeah, like it looks fun. It looks good.
Greetings. You'll not get any further. The bridge is destroyed.
It doesn't look uncrossable.
There's just forests and meadows over there.
Thanks for the warning. Need a witcher?
You're a witcher?
Yes.
Sir?
How long will the repairs take?
About a month, if the Griggs kept away.
A month? For a few small cracks?
Not only repairs, I'll make it wider. The River Ghost will have the finest bridge in Temeria.
Need a witcher?
Sounds like he
My
does.
life's work stands at the edge of oblivion. You alone can help.
What's the problem?
I had a dream. The River Ghosts begged me for assistance. Me, a humble servant of the Lady of the Lake. A lifetime's chance to show my devotion.
Sure.
The old bridge I tended fell into ruin, yet the ghosts remained attached to it. They asked me to restore it to order.
How can I help?
What my son and I erect in daytime is destroyed each night. I'll wager it's damnable Griggs.
My help will cost you.
Do you wish 400 orens, or a book about spectres and the King of the Wild Hunt? Or you can have my son's help during dangerous excursions. He's an excellent archer.
Let's trade.
Visit the old wench in the village. Beware, she's a witch, but she may know some means of driving off Griggs.
All right.
Nice. I played on my sister's PC one time, and I made a cute little village. Sun is useless. I mean, I wasn't. I hate having...
Oh.
Unless it's a game that's made specifically to have, like, good party mechanics, I do not do it. One of my favorite games of all time was literally designed to have someone follow you around. Resident Evil 4. And honestly, I've come to accept that Ashley is a part of the game. But where are you? I felt that. I need your carapace. Where are you? Okay, we'll find him later. But when I was first playing Resident Evil 4, Ashley was just... God, she drove me nuts. Drove me absolutely nuts. Sheva in Resident Evil 5 as well. You also... Okay, I can hang with the Total War take. Yeah, Total War is great. Total War Warhammer is one of my favorites. The city management in the games, like, I kind of wish it was a little bit deeper at times. Not always, but at times. And I love, like, the battles are just so immense. It's such a good game, such good series, such good series. All of the Total War games are fantastic, but Warhammer in particular, getting to play Warhammer Fantasy in Total War was just like absolute chef's kiss. Okay, so let's chat to the innkeeper.
May I help you?
We're here for the contract.
I have questions.
Ask, traveller.
What's special about this settlement?
Murky waters. We live in seclusion. Tobias Hoffman leads us. Know, too, that our ancestors once inhabited the underwater city.
Ooh.
Tell me about Tobias.
He lives in the village but prepares for a wedding, so likely has no time.
I'll talk to him anyway.
If he's occupied, try speaking with his future son-in-law, Julian.
Thanks for the advice.
May I help you?
I have questions.
Ask, traveller.
What's special about this settlement?
Murky waters.
The English dub is annoying.
Tobias Hoffman
I don't
leads
speak
us.
Polish, so...
Know, too, that our ancestors once inhabited
how many nativized languages was this game done for? I think it was Polish and English, and that was it, if I'm not mistaken. The underwater city?
Underwater city?
Lake waters engulfed the underwater city. Some say the gods were angered by
And
the
German,
victory.
okay, that makes
Now
sense.
The Vodianoi inhabit the city.
Did I sense pride?
We glory in our ancient heritage, just as we take pride in our prize-winning cow. As for our ancestors' bad habits, much has changed since then.
Prize-winning cow.
She's in the corral between the houses. Our pride and joy. She's made Murky Waters famous.
Thanks for the story.
May I help you?
No.
Farewell.
I need to turn in. The game does have multiple dubs. I personally always had a soft spot for the English dub, even if people complained about it. That's kind of a Deus Ex 1 quality. Yeah, like, voice acting...
How can I help?
It's kind of like the Resident Evil games, right? The Resident Evil games have notoriously bad voiceover. Especially 1 and 2. But... even with that, like, it just kind of becomes a part of the game. It becomes a part of the experience. And I think that... and I say this as a native English speaker, right? But I think that there are... the aspects that make a game a product of its time, they are quintessentially what makes the game special. Like, if you could change the dub to The Witcher 1, I don't honestly think that you would. Maybe some people do, but... and I am a game preservationist, so maybe I'm a little bit biased here, but I think that, especially people who have memories with the game, even if they were given a button that could just give it, like, modern-day professional voiceover, I don't think they would press it. I genuinely do not think they would press it.
I saw your notice.
There we go.
I
Let's
need
make some money.
wyvern eggs for my famous omelets.
Here are 3.
Wonderful. Here's your coin.
Alright. 250 orens. Perfection. I feel like we had more than this. I don't know. Especially after we made 500 orens. Alright, guys. We are nearing... actually, you know what? We can go a little bit longer. We can go a little bit longer. I am going to catch an early night tonight. I'm very, very tired today. And I don't think going the extra hour... especially, I've work tomorrow, and I'm going to be just destroyed if I stay up too late again. So, I'm definitely going to end the stream at the 3-hour mark, but we do still have a little bit of time. So, I do want to make use of all the time that we have. I was just about to say goodnight, but Rafi, thank you so much for hanging out, my friends. It is, yeah, it's quite. Are you still on U.S. time? I'm curious because I've been seeing you. Not that I hate to see you. I love seeing you, man. But I am kind of sat there like, bruh, do you sleep? Where can we go? So we did have a fight in the ruins. Ooh, wait, where was the witch? Where was the witch? I think it's Selena is the witch. Okay, we are going to go back into the inn. Okay, you're still on US time. That's what I figured. Are you just going to stay on US time? Is that just how you've chosen to live your life now?
Greetings, Witcher. I've heard a lot of good things about your kind.
That's rare. Usually people treat me like a leper.
You need to buy the
Not
Witcher
in
book?
my house.
Do. They're very good.
When I was a child, I heard many tales of a Witcher who saved my grandfather's life in exchange for a silver penny.
That must have been a while back. I'm Geralt.
Oh, yes. In the olden days. I'm Julian. It's a pleasure.
So, Rafi, do you plan on moving to North America? Like, no pressure to answer or anything like that, but it seems like you had a really good time in the States. Seems like you genuinely had a really... and of course, sorry. I want to be clear on the relationship. It's your missus that's in the U.S.? Yes, me and him are gay. But is the plan to move to North America? Oh, just keeping him She does need him limber. She definitely does need him limber. There is torture in the name after all. Torture's no fun if you're not flexible. Mistress, welcome in. Hope you've been well. No, oh, that's right. Yeah, the ninth book came out. We've looked at moving both ways, but I'd love to head stateside. But it's, you know what? I sympathize. Obviously, channel rules. But Gibby, welcome in. Completely sidelining conversation. Woo! Welcome in, Raiders. Gibby, how are you? Hi again, books. Could I get a shout out for Studio Gibby? Oh no, like it's all good, Dragon. It's all good. But it is. Andy, welcome in. Andy, I didn't know you knew. I didn't know you knew Gibby. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Andy, I didn't know you knew Gibby. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Could we get a shout out? Actually, you know what? Rafi's here as well. So could we get a shout out for Gibby, Rafi, and Andy Matter? Andy rated me right before. That's awesome. Okay, so do you know Andy well? Or, oh, you met Andy through Gibby. That's awesome. We love Gibbs around here. So Rafi has most recently been seen playing some Elden Ring. I believe Gibby has been playing Oblivion. Yes, Oblivion lately. And everything is... I'm not familiar with that game. Andy, what the hell are you playing? What the hell are you playing? Raiders, welcome to the Game Library, where we give a voice to the voiceless games. My name is Martin. I'm a variety streamer with a channel that is focused on the history of video games and the preservation of that history through experience. Today, we've been playing The Witcher 1, the Enhanced Edition. I've been doing a very meandering, slow playthrough, as I do with all my RPGs. That's just the way I roll, because we like to yap in this community. But I've been massively enjoying the game. Gibby, before I forget my manners, if you have to raid and run, please make sure to take care of yourself. Get your post-stream care. Food, water, sleep, whatever it is you need. Make sure that you are getting it. But if you have some time, I'd be very curious as to know how you've been enjoying Oblivion. It is one of my favorite games. As you can tell, I absolutely detest The Elder Scrolls. Worst games ever made. Genuinely. What the hell? Yeah, I gotta look this up, actually. I'm gonna look this up. Everything is crab. Everything is... Exclamation point clip, Rafi. Exclamation point clip. You have the technology. Okay. Everything is crab. I've been taking my sweet time playing through it. Which quest have you done? I know you're doing the Mages Guild last time we spoke, so you're obviously done that. But have you moved on to greener pastures? What have you been up to? Have you done the Dark Brotherhood? Oh, whoa, okay. This is an interesting looking game. So, okay, so this is like wave control? Oh, this looks like a hoot. This looks awesome. Yeah, that looks really fun. That looks very fun. Oh, that's all good, Andy. I was just asking about Everything is Crab, and then I started looking at the game. Sorry, just reading back in chat, making sure I've said hello to everyone. Okay, I think we're good. It is a hoot indeedy. It is a hoot indeedy. And of course, Andy knows... Wait, okay. I know I met Andy through Eternal, so it stands to reason that Rafi also knows Andy. And Andy knows Gibbs. Who doesn't Andy know? Andy owns Twitch. Confirmed. Andy knows everyone I know. How have I not met Andy sooner? This is insane. Insanity. Alright, Gibby. Unfortunately, I do need to get some sleep. And you've rated in right near the ads mark. We're near the 3-hour mark. So, I will be... I will be ending stream right away. So, my friends, thank you so much for the support today. We had... I can't believe they changed the name to this. It's weird. I had a treasure train today. Thanks to TL and Necro. So, much love to Necro and TL in the chat for being very, very generous with their hard-earned bucks today and contributing to the monies that give us a lovely space. Thank you to Studio Gibby for the raid, and shout out to Rafi and Andy for just being amazing streamers, just being great people. And Necro, who does... He hates when I mention this, but he's also a fantastic person and also a fantastic streamer. So if you're not following Necro, you should also be doing that too. Actually, most of the people in chat, if you click on their name, they probably stream. And they're probably badasses. Oh, hangovers are ass, especially when you hit 30. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Yeah, No more. No more. Feel uncomfortable! Absolutely love it. Talk to me when you hit 40, boy. Look, it's coming, and I don't need to be reminded. Honestly, if I could have just stayed like 25 for the rest of my life, I think that would have been the sweet spot for me. If I could have just stayed 25, that would have been great. Nasakrim, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I hope you've been enjoying your time. Unfortunately, we are going to be ending right away. You just drink more booze. Yeah, just the catharsis of continue drinking. One second, I have to... Actually, I'm not going to be able to close the game. It is hopeless. All right, my friends on YouTube, thank you all so much for the support. And a reminder to the lovely peeps on Twitch, I have finally posted a long-form YouTube video that I'm actually decently proud of. So if you feel like supporting me on other platforms, I can be found on Instagram, TikTok, and das YouTubes. This will take you over to the Beacons page, where you can find all of my pages. I have a merch store on Fourth Wall, I have a support page on Coffee, again, all of my socials, all of that good stuff. So that is your one-stop shop if you want to head over there. And I believe, yep, Dragon just posted a link to the YouTube page. I'm sorry for all of the conversations that we had going that are now being abruptly ended, but your boy needs sleep. So, my friends on YouTube, this is the end of the stream as I'm taking our friends on Twitch, and we are going on a raid. So let's see who is on right now so that we can just raid train the crap out of this. Let's see here. So we have Salty. Cree Pete's raided us. He's playing Mouse PI for hire right now. And we have not raided him back, so that is always an option. We have Luna Luna's playing Alice. Luna's playing some Alice. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna raid Luna Arcana, who's playing Alice. Madness Returns. Seems to be on the, probably on the PC. Alice is absolutely an incredible game. Incredible game. So underrated. Alright. The raid has begun. Another link to the Beacons page has been pulled up for those of you who missed it earlier in chat. First message is for those of you who are subscribed and have access to all of our lovely community emotes due to fantastic people like TL and Necro who have been gifting subs in the chat today. The second message is for those of you who have just recently followed and would like to join in on the raid love. My friends, it has been the pleasure of a lifetime getting to stream to you all again this evening. I will be back again on Friday for some more Baldur's Gate, the Enhanced Edition. But until then, I ask that you be well, and I will see you on the next one.
This is such a door, and you're telling me I can't go through here? Darn. Darn. Oh, I was gonna say, wait, we don't have the facilities to keep the elevator there, do we? But that's later on. Much later on. Oh, fuck, it's timed. Son of a cunt. Ugh. God damn it. Yeah. Swiftly now, Alice. Oh, fuck.